Hey y'all, welcome back.
Or welcome to Black. I'm one of your hosts, Dominique, aka Big Dom.
And I'm your other host, Naya, aka Billy Bell.
Yes. And look, your eyes are not deceiving you guys. We have a new and a wonderful special guest. Give it up for my girl, Tabbie, y'all.
Welcome,
Yes. Yes.
Tabby.
Y'all, let me
Hi,
tell you.
everybody.
Yes. What's up,
Yes.
girl? Let me tell y'all, Tabbie and I, we go back. And when I say we go back, we used to kill shit on the soccer field, y'all. Do not
Oh,
play. Do what we was Tabby,
Yeah,
tell him. It was her, me, Ashley Hexam, Ashley Baker. We was running shit on the soccer field, and we had such the
right.
best time playing soccer. Like we really was them bitches on the field. I ain't gonna lie.
now
We had
Dom
a
is
good time.
underestimating herself because Dom ruled that field. I I was God, what was I? I think I was midfield
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
you were you front center?
Yes, I was forward. Yep.
I
Oh,
know that's
yes.
right.
Give me the damn
Yeah,
ball. I
she
was
killed it.
ready.
Yeah,
Was running shit.
your legs looked just like they do now from going to the gym. I
Wait, how old were y'all during this time?
We had to be like 11, 10,
yeah,
12.
I know
yeah,
that's
10 or
right.
11.
We man, it was such a golden time was playing soccer. And we had that's the way we started establish our connection. And then from there, I'm not sure where did you go to high school? You didn't go to Mesa, did you?
I did for
You
like
did.
a couple months, but I hopped around because I was
Girl,
in
I know
foster
that.
care for the at least my high school years.
Okay.
So I kind of bounced around like to Del Campo, Mesa Verde. I
Okay.
did a bunch of homeschool.
Mhm.
I graduated from Visions, but
Okay. Yeah.
I hopped around a lot.
So no, I remember
Yeah.
you did. I remember seeing you or heard you were at Del Campo. And then after that, I didn't reunite with you until after high school or with our
hmm
ex-boyfriends.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
That's a whole other story.
Girl. Look,
Oh,
I ain't trying to put your business out there because trust me, I was there with you too with my shit.
it
So we
got
got
worse.
oh
It got
Girl.
did
worse.
it? Oh, okay. You know what? We're gonna shape into that eventually soon. But as we progress, I wanted to also check in and how's your mental health today? How you been doing? How you feeling right now in this present moment?
How's your mental?
Mm-hmm.
I actually feel present.
Okay.
That was kind of my big word that I went over with my trauma therapist yesterday, which was really big for me to do. And
Uh-huh.
just staying present and grounded
Okay.
whenever I'm feeling like my emotions are just kind of getting there, or I'm feeling like a negative thought is coming on.
Mm-hmm.
I just remind myself like where my feet are. Like I just put my hand over my heart, just
Yeah.
trying to stay as positive as I can, because the more you speak positive, the more you're going to feel positive, the more you're
Period.
just going to
Oh,
project it. So
Yeah,
I've been very big on that word like
yes.
all day.
absolutely.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think, Tabby? On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you say?
I would say my mental health is on a solid 10 today. It's been a really, really good
Oh,
day today. Yeah, it's been a very good
love
day.
tens. We
Yes.
love
Right?
I love
tens.
that.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Sounds good. And I love how you said just being present. And
Yeah.
there was a previous episode we did, and I was talking to Naya, telling her that I've been more aware of my mood, and I can sense that when I'm starting to slip down or feel just not my best self.
Yeah.
And then you
Mm-hmm.
have to revert to those ways of getting yourself back. Like you said, speaking positivity, going outside, whatever that you need to do to get those endorphins back, going to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
go for like walk your dog. I know you're a dog mama just like me, and I know you cherish those babies too to your soul.
Oh,
And they're just
yes.
the
Mm-hmm.
most instant boost of happiness and joy you can have. So it's great that
Yeah.
you know to be aware of yourself like that. A lot of people don't understand. You got to be aware of your emotions and
For
Yes.
sure.
process them. So shout out to you
Yeah.
for doing that and being present. I really like that.
Yeah,
Yes.
for
Thank
sure.
you so much.
And,
Absolutely.
and another thing I wanted to add about presence is one thing, like, so I battle with anxiety a lot. And
Hmm.
one thing that I've been practicing is like when my anxiety is real high, I always make sure I tap into my five senses. So I touch something, I try to smell something, even though my nose
Perfect.
stopped up right now. But excuse me. So touch something, smell something. I try to like, sorry, I try to like, I don't know, taste my saliva.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
I guess if there's
Yeah.
no food around.
Yeah.
But yeah, that keeps me present too. Just kind of like,
I can't stand her. Wait, that tastes my saliva. All right. So now tell me, how is your mental health? How you doing today?
my mental. So my mental is very good. I'm still getting over my sickness and sorry, I'm still getting over my sickness and I'm at a 10 though. So I'm
Okay.
catching up at work. And
Mhm.
yeah, I'm great. You guys are giving me just very much good energy and
Mhm.
I'm feeding off of y'all and
Yeah,
I'm really loving this. This is gonna be a good episode. So
for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Gotta match
Okay.
it.
Oh yeah.
yes, match it.
Oh, you want me to match it? Let me match that.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
on
go, Dom.
on a solid 10. And I'd love today's episode because Tabbie, I've been meaning to talk to you and I'm so it's just like a connection restored back. So I'm happy to see your
Yes,
face and talk to you.
yes.
And today I had a good workout and life is good. My dog right here sleeping, just she's chilled out.
Aw,
So
that's
I have
good.
no complaints. And
Yeah, I can
yeah.
like witness the love between y'all, and it's like it's refreshing.
Mhm.
Like I like to witness these things. It's
Yeah,
nice.
tell you my girl, man. I'm sorry that we lost touch and life has been lifing, but I
Yeah.
know after today, oh, we locked in for sure. All right, so let's go
Sure.
ahead and shift into gears. And our topic of the day is resiliency. And I'm so
Resilience.
happy to have Tabby on this episode because when I tell y'all, she has displayed stupendous
Mm,
resiliency.
I like
And
that.
let me tell y'all
Independent.
what resilient means, right?
There we
It's the
go.
ability to recover from setbacks, adapt to change, and keep going in the face of challenges. And when I
Mm,
tell y'all right here, Tabby, yes, been through it all. I don't know her story, and as she's comfortable to share some of the stuff that she's been going through or what she went through, and y'all can just see what I'm talking about, the resiliency that we all bear deep down. And I want to ask
yeah.
you, Tabby, how did being resilient shape you to the woman you are today?
Great question.
That is a really great question. Um, Resiliency for me this year has probably been one of my biggest attributes that could probably say I've really developed, which I haven't had the best over the last few years. Everyone kind of it hits differently. What works one day doesn't work the next.
Absolutely.
Um, but this year has taught me to give myself grace and
Mm-hmm.
that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay not to get the closure, to, meet the goal that you want to the first time. It's okay to
Mm-hmm.
fall down, 7 times and get up 8.
Mm-hmm.
It just happens, but it's it's been a beautiful journey to see myself go from the complete floor to
Mm-hmm.
where I'm at now.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have ever been able to do it
Mm-hmm.
had I not just gave myself to God, to be
Mm,
honest. In January
girl.
earlier this year,
Mm-hmm.
there was no one there for me to talk to. There was no one there to tell me to get up, to tell me to keep going, to tell me I need to be consistent. I
Mm-hmm.
had to tell myself,
Yep.
and pouring myself into God and really just deep diving with my values and my virtues, what I really, stick to with morals
Mm-hmm.
and what boundaries mean to me and
Yeah.
people pleasing. It's just I've
Mm-hmm.
learned a lot along the way, and it's been good to see.
Yes. And excuse me. Yes.
Girl,
Oh,
yes.
you got
Girl,
me
yes.
choked up
Okay.
here,
You
Tabby.
ready?
This
Look,
look.
I'm
Oh,
I'm ready to respond. You ready?
oh.
Okay.
Go ahead, because I'm a little choked up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because I'm taking notes. So
Yeah.
what I love that you said is it's okay to not be okay. I
Yeah.
think that was the biggest like issue I had growing up was I was so deep into people pleasing that when I wasn't okay, I would try to fake it like I was just to please other people and just to like shield their emotions. I would I guess I would just kind of hide my own emotions and really like die inside of myself just
Mhm.
to see somebody else happy, even if it don't even like benefit me. I realize that these people that are happy, I mean, kudos to them, but what
Mhm.
about me? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what about my happiness? What about my peace? And
Mhm.
I think that once I reconnected with God and I learned my true value and I learned that okay, God loves all his children, but he loves me as well. Like I
Mhm.
matter as well. So how I treat myself, how I talk to myself, and how I set my boundaries, it all matters and it all contributes to how I treat other people. Just because I treat myself well doesn't mean that I'm treating another person bad.
Mhm.
So that's
Mhm.
one lesson that I definitely had to learn. And, still learning day by day, still working on it. But girl, yes, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay
Yep.
to have a self day. It's okay to take care of yourself and, put some other people on the back burner. It's fine. Like you got to
Mhm.
put yourself first because you can't pour into anybody if you're empty yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I was choked up when you were mentioning about going through that journey alone. And that's what I remember seeing you sharing some stories, and they were pretty emotional stories. And I could tell there were moments of just at your lowest point and just, you're doing everything you can to just get back right. And I just
Mm-hmm.
resonated with that because I had those moments so many times back in 2022. And still to this day, I have my times and my moments. But to know, like you said, to give yourself to God. Because when I tell you, I really broke down myself too, and I had nowhere to go, nobody to talk to.
It's okay. It's okay, Will.
And people look at you as a strong person all the time, and you get tired, and
Exactly.
like you're not always a strong person. You also go through stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to burden people or feel like you're not a strong person, but to go through those moments of loneliness and the darkness, you come out such a beautiful, different person because I feel like God shifts you to mold yourself to somebody back beautiful. I love you so much, Tabbie. Like I know we
Oh,
don't
thank
talk,
you,
but
Dom.
I love you so much. And I know
No
you got through everything that you had to get through. And I know, I don't know too much, but I know you had a couple heartbreaking moments. And I know you went through that by yourself. So I wish I can give you the biggest hug right now. I'm sorry, I did not plan to cry like this at all, but it's just, it's dear to
I
my
feel
heart.
bad.
Yeah.
I really will not try to make you guys cry, but
No,
I
it's
might make
okay.
you
it's
cry
fine.
again, but
Oh
It's
no,
fine.
it hit me because you don't understand to be down that phase of alone, and
Yes.
all you have is really just God. You just talk to him and you're hoping he can lead you through whatever you're going through. And he does. It may not be in the
he
timely
does.
manner, but he comes out on top. He comes through every time. Every time.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
God saw that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. Okay. Let me not. Whew,
Wait.
I'm
I'm okay.
sorry.
No,
No,
I'm
it's
good.
okay, Dom. It's okay. And one thing that like about me was I went through something that was out of my control, right? And I think subconsciously I blamed God and that made me feel more alone. I kind of isolated myself into thinking that, like why did this happen to me? Or, if you love me so much, why is this happening? And I didn't
Right.
get it. And it wasn't until I sat down and I prayed and I was completely honest with God because that's one thing about God is he knows everything. He
Mhm.
knows how you feeling and he's always there like waiting really for you to just be honest with him and to be honest with yourself. And
Mhm.
I think I was so used to being in my shell and not speaking on how I feel and just acting like I'm okay. And once I had a conversation with God and I told him like, I felt abandoned and I felt like I was being rebellious. And ever since I had that prayer and that conversation, I feel like it was like a burden lifted off of me. I mean, it didn't change my past. Nothing, not a miracle didn't happen. I still have my past, whatever, it still happened, but at least I'm where I'm at today. Like I wouldn't be the woman that I am today if it didn't happen. And
Yeah.
I just continue to tell myself like I'm not where I want to be, in every aspect of my life, but I'm so happy that I had that lesson to learn, and it gives me a testimony to relate to other people like you guys, and it might give somebody else the strength to be honest with themselves or have that conversation with God, and that's another person that is one step closer to healing. So, yeah, yeah.
And I
Absolutely.
think it's kind of important too, like it's kind of like that saying, you're hoping for people to listen to understand and not listen to respond. For me, that was that groundbreaking moment because I was questioning God. I was questioning, something bigger is out there, but why, when I'm, doing everything right and I'm following you, I think God was trying to tell me I was doing it for the wrong reason. I was doing it at the wrong timing, something. Because when I sat down and I talked to him, and I really, like you said, just be honest with him, be honest with yourself. And that was the biggest thing because I reversed it. I was I wanted a response out of him, but I needed to understand it myself first. And I think that was like a key point to me, just opening that door. And from there, it was just a floodgate of emotions. And it's as if I just opened up a door and it was like, light at the other side. And I just had a whole game plan. It's like he just whispered in my ear a whole game plan, and something shifted.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
It's crazy how
Yeah.
it works. It's
Those
amazing.
those moments are so just I can't explain it, but it just shows you like how far you have come when you have those moments of like realizing, wow, I did all that work that God showed me, like that portal that you just said that it's just something floodgated everything. Like I said, everything revolutionized when I got in shape. I got my money right, I got my mental right, my emotions right. It just all started just going
Yes.
just back to back to back. And that's why to this day now, yeah, I was a little crybaby, but trust me, I'm a strong woman, we're all strong women.
Yes, you are.
And this is why I don't settle for bullshit because of what I've been through to be who I am right
Preach.
now. I went through some shit,
Exactly.
Yeah.
cold shit, dark
Right.
shit, ugly
Exactly.
shit, all the types of shit you can think of, and still going through some shit. But
Yeah.
I just it never,
Right.
I do not allow it to break me, and that's what being resilient is. We keep going, we keep getting up, and shout out to all of us are just being resilient as women. Period.
Yes,
Yes.
for sure.
Shout out.
Like what Tabbie said, you fall down 7 times. As long as you get up that eighth time,
Yeah.
you just can't give up on yourself. You can't give up on yourself or
Mhm.
God because He's never given up on you. One thing that I had to learn too is that we can't earn God's love. I think that was
Yes.
another thing because that goes with giving yourself grace because anytime I would make a mistake, or we all make mistakes, but anytime I would make a mistake, I would get so down on myself. I would start negatively talking to myself, and next thing you know, I'm in this dump, and it's like, but I didn't realize that I didn't do anything to deserve God's love. Like, there's nothing that I did for Him to give me the love, and it's nothing that I can do for Him to take it away. So I think once I accepted that, it let me give myself a little bit of grace, that, okay, maybe I didn't hit the mark, but I can continue to try as long as I try.
Mhm.
Name a lifetime event where you had no choice but to be resilient.
Mm. Miss
All right,
Tabbie,
Dom, who wants to cry first?
you can go ahead. I'll probably come back,
I'm
but
probably going to.
you can go ahead. Let me just go ahead. I should have brought some damn tissues, but Okay, we're here now. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah.
So earlier, well, November of last year, like the end of October, I found out I was pregnant with a new kid. I have a 10-year-old son. He's
Okay.
about the size of me, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm 5'3", and he's 9.5 shoe already.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I have struggled with infertility, a lot of ovarian cysts. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. Um, there was a lot of health issues that I went through kind of growing up that just completely messed up my reproductive area.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had shitty boyfriends. Alex, my ex-boyfriend that poor Dom was around. I had a drug addict ex-boyfriend that did step up for my son till he was about a week old. He stayed, we were together for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
He stayed throughout my pregnancy. And then he just kind of fell off after that. So that was my last time 10 years ago. And I've struggled ever since. We were not trying. My recent ex and we were together for almost 3 years, and we weren't trying at all.
Mm-hmm.
And we had just babysat my ex's best friend's kid, and I was getting emotional. It was around Christmas time. I'm like, oh, I want a family so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand like what I'm doing wrong, why it's not working. At the time, I wasn't at least nourishing my body at all. I don't drink water. I was smoking nicotine, smoking weed. It was just was doing all the things that decrease your fertility, and it was really, really hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
Raiden, my son, wanted a brother. It was just I kind of just accepted it in that moment, like, okay, I'm not just gotta put him in my path when it's time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had just a random feeling. I was like, I'm gonna, amuse myself. I've had 1,000 negative pregnancy tests. I'm just gonna, amuse myself. So I
Mm-hmm.
DoorDashed one at 11:30 and went to the bathroom. He was sleeping. Sure as shit, dark, right, like 2 seconds in. I'm like, oh, this is. I think I was in complete shock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Woke him up out of bed. He just was kind of just in complete shock himself. Didn't really have a reaction, which I'm not going to narrate your reaction. It's you get to be scared in your own way.
Yeah.
But it was kind of heartbreaking for me a little bit. I just knew I had to like shove my emotions to the side because God forbid him be upset or scared. It was just that, question, is he going to leave? Is he going to dip out? Is he going to do this? He went over the whole like, oh, don't announce it yet. I want to do a video announcement. We started talking about names. We told a few family members and friends. We were talking about like the ultrasounds and like the birthing, stuff. But then I found out that I had hyperemus gravidarum.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a severe morning sickness where I had to be hospitalized for like 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was very excruciating. I lost a lot of weight, yet I was packing it on at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just sick all the time, and he was gone a lot. He didn't want to be that present. He was just finding every reason to stay away from the house at that point. So fast forward like middle of December, I bought him for his birthday in September. I bought him 49er tickets. I mean, grass line seats.
Money. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Those were like almost $1,900. And my dumbass at the time, I had the money and I was freaking out because, and I'd never been to a football game. I bought on the opposite side. And then I was freaking out thinking, I better be the only 49er fan on that side. So I went and purchased a whole 2 new tickets.
Oh my God.
And then I didn't even go because I was pregnant. So I'm like, here, you go ahead. You can go with your boy, whatever. I'll be dying over here.
Just throwing up. Yeah. Damn.
Right. Morning
Um,
sickness.
so he went to that on December 10th last year.
Okay.
I had because I worked at a law office, I've worked at a couple, and I ended up not being able to work anymore because I was hospitalized. There wasn't much I could do.
Yeah.
It was not, I was high risk pregnancy. I was not going to probably be able to even work. So we had that talk, and then I stopped working on the 15th. And then I'm my son's IHSS caregiver as well. So I had like 200 and something hours. They got reduced like significantly.
Mm.
Like 2 days later, and then 3 days later, Justin and my ex and I were hanging out on the couch. We went to sleep. I woke up. Um, he made eggs, or my son asked him to make eggs for him. And he got in the shower, got out of the room, left, didn't come back for 5 days.
Wow. Oh.
I got a long text message because my friend was standing there in the kitchen when he came out and was like, "Oh, what's up, Alex?" And he's like, "Oh, hey, Justin," and just walked out the door. After like an hour, I'm like, okay, he's obviously not cooling off. He does that whole narcissistic silent treatment just to drive me crazy type of thing.
Ugh.
And he
Yeah.
wasn't, it was the worst. Like it was worse than Alex, and I didn't think it got worse than Alex. But I did not see any of it coming. He sent me a text that he didn't think he could do it anymore. He didn't think he could be a dad to go now 2 kids. He said, "I'm tired of sacrificing my wants and needs versus your expectations. And I need to be selfish right now. I need to do what's best for me. I can't keep sacrificing what I want just to, try to satisfy you every which way. Like I matter too, my voice matters too." And I was like, "Can you just try and talk to me? Like you're not the best at communicating. It's very, very, kind of disheartening to read this over text. It's like, what do I do? We have bills coming up. Like Raiden's gonna wonder where you're at. It's almost Christmas, and I don't want to be that bitch, but dude, I'm pregnant."
Right.
We just talked about this like a couple weeks ago. That night, you were like, "Oh, we're gonna have our own family," holding me by the face, totally comforting me. I find out that I'm pregnant, I get it, it's scary, but he didn't even give it like 2 weeks and he was out the damn door. So he texted me that he wasn't coming back. He was done. He left all of his stuff, and I mean everything. Last year, also in February, I got hit head on by a drunk driver. I got a really bad spinal injury. My cervical, my thoracic, and my lumbar, my leg, my hip. It's not the best. It's kind of it's really debilitating, which is another thing he would always complain about because I would ask for back rubs all the time and all that, and he would make me feel horrible about that. But that night that I got into the accident at 8 o'clock, it was Super Bowl Sunday, 4 a.m. that same day, 8 hours later, we got the call that his dad had passed away from cancer. So that was a bit to, swallow. And at the same time, he left all of his dad's stuff sitting in our garage here at the complex. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with your stuff? I was calling, I was texting, was wondering if he was going to pay rent, was wondering about the dogs. I had all the appointments. He knew I just stopped working. My hours got reduced for my HSS. He came back on Christmas, showed up for that day until like 4 o'clock, and then left again, didn't say a word. So I had to make a very, very like big decision and question myself of what I wanted to do and if I wanted to be a single mom of two, despite my very, very big want for
A family.
a family. I had it right. I had the 3-year boyfriend. We were together. I was going to have that first labor experience that I didn't get to experience with my son. We had, we were living here in Folsom. It was $2,800 just in rent that I had to float for 3 months, but we were living in a nice area. I'm a paralegal. He had a job. Like, I had it right, Dom. For the first time, I had it right. And I had to ask myself if my wants were bigger than everyone else's needs. And I had to factor in childcare. Like, childcare is super expensive nowadays. Like babysitting, there's a lot that's going to go in to babies now. So that was probably the hardest part, was already being a mom. You never want to have to like go down any other unexpected route. And I have my son's got ADHD. He's on the spectrum. He's got a bunch of behavioral issues. We're in a pretty lockdown secure program for him for school. So I had to factor in like all of that. And when my ex left, I didn't mind doing the rent by myself. I didn't mind, just kind of chalking it up to just let it ride out and see what happens. But as the time went on, it just got more and more emotional, and I didn't want to be resentful. I didn't want to do it for the wrong reasons. I didn't want to bring another baby in with my son's dad isn't involved at all. So I didn't want to have 2 separate ones, and my ex was just not the best person. And they really do say, be careful who you have kids with for a reason. And I would have been stuck. So I made a very hard decision to terminate my pregnancy, along with the fact I was high risk and I probably would have died on the table. And I told my ex that before we even split up. And he begged me and said, if it's you or the baby, I'd want you to choose you. And of course, being a mom, I said, you can't ask that. If I can get the baby here safely, obviously the goal is to have both of us, but I can't just terminate, mid birth just because. If the doctors say so, obviously we have to reevaluate. But he wasn't talking to me at all until I told him that I made that decision in a very brief text. And here's where it gets really gritty. He came over that night and gaslit me the whole entire time, switching between him and his original text when he left about how he blamed himself. He then turned everything around and blamed me, and said, I just put too many expectations on the relationship. I forgot to just enjoy what is. And I was so focused on like timelines, have the kid, have this, do this, because I was approaching 30s. I'm now 30. And I think that it's stupid for people to do that, but I had to get to where I was now to realize that. Back then, I had to take that accountability and acknowledgement, despite my situation that I was in, sitting in his truck, getting grilled, pregnant, about to make this very big decision for the benefit of everyone else. And I really had to resonate with myself again and have that talk with God. I had to do it for myself first. Just like when they say, if you're in an airplane and it's going down, you have to put your oxygen mask on first before you can help someone else, even your own child. Even your own child. So in order for me to go into it with the right thinking and at least trying to get myself at a healing standpoint, and not be so frustrated that I was doing this and not like I had to do this. It's not that I wanted to, it's what needed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
I had to figure out a way to reword it.
Mhm.
And that was probably the worst experience of my entire life, this series of events.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So he came that day and said he would, talk to me over the next couple of days, come over and let our dogs out, help out with Raiden, take him to school, whatnot. And that was that Monday. So that was like the following day after New Year's Eve. I had barely even talked to him except for that one time when I told him. He's like, all right, I'll talk to you. I scheduled the procedure for the end of the week. This man sat out and talked to me. Well, I was on the phone with him for about an hour, sitting in the Planned Parenthood parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I was going to still go through with it. It was very, very hard. I had moments where I wanted to back out. I was like, you know what, Tabbie, you're strong. You got this. You did this with Raiden. Like, don't do this. God put this baby in again at the right time for some reason. It's God's timing. It's not, I don't have to understand why it happened, but this is God's timing. I had that push and pull. I chose not to talk to God moments before I went in because I called him back.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I just want to make sure you're going in. And I was like, yep, I'm been staring at my phone for, counting down the minutes. But I just wanted to call you and say I was going in. And he made me walk on up to the Planned Parenthood door with him on the phone. And he's like, you look in the mirror and tell yourself you love yourself. Tell yourself you love yourself in those mirror doors. I want to hear you say it. Say it loudly. I'm like, I have everyone staring at me, and this is the most manipulative thing you could be doing right now. I hate you.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in and I chose not to do, it's probably very graphic, I'm sorry, but I chose not to do an in doctor's office procedure for the first time. I chose to do it at home.
Mm-hmm.
So I went home that day. You take the first one, then you go home and take the second one. It was not working. It was like that fifth, 6 hour, nothing was coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on FaceTime with my best friend, Alex, and he was just like, well, just try and, stand up and go to the bathroom and you might, start cramping if you just try and sit on the toilet. I'm like, okay. Nothing was going. I went to go lay back down, just glued to my floor, not knowing what to do. Like I felt so remorseful. I was hoping it didn't work.
Yeah.
There was so many thoughts going through my mind, and I felt one tiny little cramp.
Right.
And I got like this big wooze over me, and an avocado decided to approach out because I was 15 weeks along.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm.
I went into complete shock. Radom was on the other side of the door, and I gave birth on my floor, and I wiped my tears, and I went out and made dinner for my son.
I know that's right.
He never came back for any of his stuff. He never came back for his dad's stuff. So I just remember sitting on that floor, and I physically heard God, get up, Tabbie. Get up. Just get up and just keep it moving. And I had to choose to sit on that floor and feel guilty about what I had done and, stay mad about all the things that had happened, all of, how could you do this? Why? I don't understand it. I was looking for closure. I wanted so many answers. It was the hardest thing for me to do, to go and be with someone and share one of the strongest, like, things that I could have ever wanted in life was like a family. I didn't,
Yeah.
I had like a normal family that seemed normal on the outside, but behind closed doors, it wasn't great. I went into foster care. It just kind of spiraled out, and I chose not to do that with my own kid. It was very hard on my son with him just up and leaving. He's like, all I did was ask him to make eggs. So I not only had to deal with my stuff, but I had to act like nothing happened with the baby because my son knew. And it hits different when you go past far long enough in your pregnancy where you know the gender. And I think that was the hardest thing to like see physically instead of going into an actual clinic. Like a lot of women are scared. They just, there's different options, but having that choice stripped from me was probably the one thing that pushed my resilience. Was I didn't want to let them strip me. I didn't want to give them that satisfaction. I didn't want to give them that win, that loss, whatever it was. I just didn't want to give them anything. I'd given so much to everyone else and to everything else, and I just knew that I had to get up, and I knew that there was better things out there waiting for me, but I had to do my inner work. Obviously, during that situation, there was a lot of inner work that needed to happen, but not only that, I needed to heal from childhood stuff as well.
Yeah.
So I used that as a grounding opportunity to kind of evaluate what I really wanted to focus on. And I couldn't get my mind right at first if I wasn't feeling good about myself. So I kind of mapped out, what can I do to make myself feel better? I can do self-development books. I can do podcasts. I can do, grieving groups. I could do trauma therapy. I started nourishing my body better. Girl, you saw my picture. I went from 106 pounds to 125.
Ooh.
I'll have Dom show you the picture, girl. I will. That was one of the most, I'm a stick. No, I can't say that about myself. I am on the thinner side, but I'm on my way to being where I want to be. Because
there you go.
135 is like my doctor's goal weight, but I honestly, a lot of my weight that I gained was the muscle. So I started to see that, and I started replenishing my body, and then I started to see the results in like all my pictures. So I'm like, okay, this feels good. This feels good. I started speaking positive about my life. I was going to Bible study. I was worshiping. Sorry, people that live near me, because they probably heard me worship the Lord.
I changed my life. You ain't got to say that. I am living for the Lord. I am living for the Lord. I am living for the Lord. Hallelujah. I feel him down in my spirit. As I think about the goodness of Jesus and all that he has done for me, my soul cries out, hallelujah. Thank God for saving me.
Okay, girl. The Lord would do it. Hallelujah.
Yeah. Be shouting.
Sorry. But I just did a lot of inner work, a lot of journal prompts, and I had to learn to give myself grace. And I learned, I deep dove into what the meaning of forgiveness was, and resilience and grit, and just all the terms that I needed to turn my life around. And I did the damn thing.
You sure did. You sure did.
You sure did.
Oh, you sure did. Tabbie, your story is now connecting the dots to where I have seen you in the past when, like you said, with going through the breakups and all that heartful stuff you went through to where you are now. I've been seeing you smiling so much. You're traveling. You're taking photos. Girl, I don't know. You here, you there. You was Six Flags. I don't know. You just look like you having a ball. And I'm just like so happy to see
That's
that
so
because
good.
I've seen the opposite side of that to where you are now. And just like by you telling your story, what you say you've been doing, the journal prompts, the praying, going to the gym, working out, you just transform everything. And it's possible. It's doable. People really think that they're just, oh, pity me, my life is just fucked up. No, it's not. You have to go do the work. Do the work.
Yes.
And everything just transforms. Okay. Nobody's lucky. It's just about doing the work. Nobody here was blessed. It's about doing the work. That's it. Once you do the work, you become blessed. And I swear, you start attracting everything around you is just good, from your health to your money to your family. Everything is just blossoms, and you just bask in that fruition of everything that you did yourself. You did that work. So congrats to you.
Yes, congrats and thank you for sharing. That was such a beautiful story. And like Dom said, just seeing you're glowing right now, and you don't look like anything that you went through is what I'll say. And I'm just so grateful that you shared your story because I know that it's going to help somebody else. So thank you for, having the courage to share what you've been through because I know that that's going to help somebody for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like you said, we're a no judgment zone here. Do not start with that negativity shit, or because we'll get ganked. Naya already ready. You know what I'm saying? we come up.
I got my Glock in my shorts.
We come masked up in your house. Don't you dare say nothing about my friend Tabbie, okay? Oh, don't you dare do that shit.
Man.
Oh, we'll run this shit down in an instant. But thank you. Like Naya said, Tabbie, for sharing your story. And like I said, everything connected the dots to where you're at now. You evolved into such a beautiful, glowing, radiant woman. You're smiling, you're traveling. Your son, he looks so happy all the time too. Just having a great time with his mom on his mom's expense. I know. I already know how that can go, but I'm just so happy to see you made it through. You absolutely did.
You made it through, and there's more to come. Like this is only the beginning. You're gonna keep striving, and this makes you a better woman. So I'm so excited to witness the more things that you do in life because I know that this is just the beginning. So I want to say if anybody else hasn't said it, I'm proud of you and I'm proud of who you are and what you've been through, and you deserve everything. I promise you that. You really do.
Absolutely, 100%.
Thank you so much.
No rebuttal back to that. Not at all. We want to talk some bullshit now, so let's go ahead and get into that.
That's some bullshit. Hey, that's some bullshit. Yeah, that's some bullshit. Hey, that's some bullshit. Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Tabbie, what is your bullshit that you have today? Tell us. Tell the world. What is some bullshit?
What's your bullshit, Tabbie?
What is it?
I honestly, I'm really not trying to like throw shade out there, but people and these politics lately.
Oh, God.
I'm all for everyone having, their own opinions.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like people are just taking it a little far. Some of the things like y'all are out here block. I'm gonna unfriend you, block. Like, let people have their own opinions. Like, just I scrolled that whole week. My entire algorithm was just everyone. If you don't like Donald Trump, unfriend me, or if you're this, if you're that. It's like, just like we need better people. We need things to change. Like, don't put all these labels on things and then just start cutting people off. Right. That's just, it's very hard because you hear it wherever you go. It's like on flags everywhere you go. You got signs everywhere. You can't go anywhere if you like wear something. Someone's not going to approve. If you're in a specific area, someone's not going to approve. It's just, it's getting to be bullshit over here.
It's some bullshit. I know
that's right. It really divides the country, man. Yeah. Like, it divides it. I hate it.
Y'all get them texts on your phone of all them politics. Oh, that shit was annoying the hell out of me. I was getting texts.
Is that your bullshit?
Huh?
Is that your bullshit?
No, I was just going with what Tabbie was saying about them texts. them shit would be annoying the shit out of me with these political texts. This is so and so outside the Democratic Party wanting you to go, and I'm like, why am I getting this spam all the damn time?
How do I get my number?
Yeah, that too. So no, but that is some
good bullshit.
That is
at a time just when you can like come together more. Our community can come together more. It's at a time where like this is the future for our babies. These are the futures for, you know, ourselves and like our security. And I just feel like a lot of people are taking the politics too far, and we should also kind of be tuning in on more sensitive topics. And of course the government just wants to focus on what they want to focus on, like donating 22 billion to a roadway, you know, and you and I both know is not that fucked up. Put that in like mental health services. Put that in somewhere that can be like, you want to reduce homelessness. Okay, so reduce homelessness. Why are you going to put like a $14 billion random project for something that's not going to take place until 2035? It just seems, I just feel like we could shift our focus.
Yeah, that is some bullshit. It is. Politics, man.
That's bullshit on another level. Homelessness. Shit, that's bullshit.
Right. What you got?
All right, so I'm gonna go.
What's your bullshit?
Okay, y'all. Shit, I don't even know what my bullshit is no more. Okay, this my bullshit. My bullshit. My bullshit is Netflix sharing. I know a lot of people complain about this, but I'm gonna complain about it too. I hate that Netflix charges you extra to like use it in different households, bruh. Like, let me and my mama be great. Why I gotta pay $25 for me and her to share one account? Like, that is so annoying, bruh. I hate it. I really hate every time that come out my account, I just be wanting to throw my phone because Netflix, y'all already making enough money. Y'all making enough money. Y'all don't gotta charge $5, bro.
Yeah. I agree. That is
they have it tied to the Wi-Fi too. Like you have to, it now has to be under the Netflix account has to be under one Wi-Fi.
That's why I gotta pay $25. That's why I got kicked out of mine.
Hey, and I didn't know with Netflix, if you have just like the regular like membership, you can't even watch all the movies on Netflix no more. Like, I was like, I didn't even know I was paying for this. This is crazy. Netflix, count your days.
Count your damn days. That's bullshit. That is.
Okay, days.
Look at how much they just made off of that Tyson fight.
Oh my gosh, Tabbie. I tried to watch it. I watched it. It was like lagging the whole time. Like, what am I paying for? It was lagging the whole time, and it wasn't my Wi-Fi. It was Netflix.
So tell me why the actual fight lagged, but they didn't lag on showing Mike Tyson's butt cheeks at the end. Why did that lag?
I didn't watch.
Did you see it?
No.
Yes, I seen it.
I need to go
thick ass. He was thick as hell.
That boy thick. Damn. Okay, I gotta check this out. That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me
tell you my bullshit, y'all.
What's your bullshit, girl?
My bullshit is the lack of personal space. Why every time you go shopping, you're in a line remember when we were at the airport, them people were all on our ass at the trying to drop our bag off. They were just so on our back.
Yes,
I'm like, I'm like, can y'all back up? And then I think it was at Walmart the other day. You know, me and Walmart just don't get along. But how about Walmart? I don't know why. I need to go to Target. But
I was literally about to say that. Go to Target.
I need to go to Target. Maybe they know better. But some people in Walmart too just be all on top of you. Someone almost hit the back of my heels with a shopping cart the other day. I'm like, come on now, damn. And then also with that, just no mannerism. Nobody knows how to say excuse me no more, or pardon me, or thank you. People are just so entitled or feel obligated. I was at the gym the other day. This guy opened the door for me. I said thank you. There was a girl. She was kind of still far away, but he held the door open for her. He held it for her. She walks in and she was just on her phone. She didn't even like say thank you or nothing. I looked at the guy. He just rolled his eyes and shook his head and just walked off. And I felt bad for him because, bitch, all you had to say was thank you. You just felt like you were entitled for this man to open the door for you. Like, you were rude as shit. So I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah.
people need to tighten up with their manners and personal space because it's sick season right now and y'all coughing on each other and shit. It's just nasty right now. So back up.
Yeah.
Just back up.
Back up. Give me 50 feet. Ain't that what it's called?
Back up. Damn.
We need to go back to COVID days where it was 6 feet.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they wanted all that personal space 4 years ago.
Yeah, but now they
bring that
don't.
shit back. Get some
Bring it
personal
back.
space back. But no, that's my bullshit. So
good bullshit. All of us
Yeah.
had some good bullshit. So the next segment is unpopular opinion. So we got some unpopular opinions. Tabbie, do you have one?
I do.
Okay.
The expectation of kind of like what I was touching on what I said earlier, the expectation that you have to be married by a certain time, or you have to be at a certain, age and get a degree, and you got to do things in like a series of timelines.
Yes.
A lot of people are very firm on that, but that honestly it's just not true. There's so much in life out there that you don't have to be tied down to expectations. You don't have to be tied down to timelines. You could just go out there and live your life. At the end of the day, you're still going to be able to go to college. There's 67-year-olds going in for paralegal school right now. I mean, there's people that are going and getting a high school diploma at 50 years old. I even have high school friends that dropped out of high school. They're over here getting their high school diploma at 30 years old. I mean, people just have different timelines, but at the end of the day, it happens. It seems more of a personal preference when you're putting that expectation of that timeline on.
Yep. Lifetime achievements is limitless. You can do whatever you want in this world until your last breath. Stop putting we talked about that in one of our episodes about expectations and reality, that you don't have to have it together at a certain age. Stop doing that. It's just you're putting so much stress, unwanted stress on yourself for unexpected goals that don't need to be created at all. You know what I'm saying? So no, I agree 100% with that unpopular opinion.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good unpopular opinion. I agree with that. I have nothing to say with that. For sure.
Hey, what you
go ahead, Dom?
Okay, so my unpopular opinion, speaking of the gym, is that Planet Fitness to be is the best gym. I can't argue with that. When people were talking shit about Planet Fitness, especially if you're a beginner going into Planet Fitness, it's the best gym for you. Because a lot of people get intimidated by going to other gyms that are more macho muscle built gyms, which I don't know how they get there knowing they're a beginner, and they don't work out. They just be like, no, never mind, this is not for me. Whereas if you went to a beginner level friendly gym, Planet Fitness, you'll love it there. I've been there for a couple of years. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna look at other gyms, but all in all, Planet Fitness is a really great gym. And I'm tired of people who be talking shit saying that Planet Fitness is not a gym. What the fuck is it then? It got weights. It got bathrooms in there too, locker rooms. A lot of people be talking shit about Planet Fitness not being a real gym because they don't have heavy extra like weights and shit. Like the highest weight I think is like 75 pounds in dumbbells, which is not bad.
Oh damn!
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
which is
I
crazy.
can't lift that. So
that's max. Way before max for my head.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I was doing that 12.5. You know.
My unpopular opinion is I would much rather do my own hair than go to a salon and get my hair done and stuff like that. Ever since I was a kid, my mom would do my hair. And if I have a daughter, I want to do her hair. But I don't know, man. I feel like it's a lot. I feel like people spend a lot of money to get their hair done and stuff. Now, I would say this is minus the coloring. I color my own hair too, but I do feel like if you want to color your hair, if it's permanent, you should go to a professional. But yeah, I do my own hair, and I would much rather do that and save my coins.
Absolutely,
that's mine.
No, I agree 100%. Keep rocking the curls, do my own thing, and go out.
Yes.
I will say cutting your hair, I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't cut your own hair if you don't got another mirror, because I've seen some videos and people kind of mess up their hair when they cut it. But I don't have that issue.
Yes.
No, I agree 100%. But that's a good
All right,
unpopular
cool.
opinion. I favor that.
Yep, that's mine. Good unpopular opinions. Great. I think Tabbie's was my favorite, bro, because that one's so true, bro. Like,
Yeah, no.
yeah,
Sure.
that's some true stuff, man. Like, people, I don't know. Expectations is a crazy thing, and you never know what life is gonna throw at you. So you're just putting too much pressure on yourself. All right, Dom, what's our next topic? Oh, go ahead. What'd you say?
What's your topic?
It's just determining like what's an unrealistic expectation. That's where you have to, is this an expectation or an unrealistic expectation?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly true.
There's
for sure
a difference between the two, for sure. Okay, so let me pull what we got here. Next week's topic, we have 5 things that is stopping your growth. That will be next week's topic. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's going to be a topic we're going to have to, what am I trying to say? Basically, it's going to be a coming to Jesus topic. Like, we gotta put ourselves in check with that one. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
All right.
Are you ready to lead us out in prayer, Miss Naya?
I am. Okay. All right. If everyone could bow their heads and close their eyes. Thank you. All right, dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this wonderful, wonderful episode. I truly believe that your presence and your spirit has blessed all of us on this podcast. And I pray that your spirit I pray that your spirit develops in all of our audience as well. I pray that whoever is under the sound of my voice, I pray that they hear from you today. I pray that everyone has a safe night. I pray that everyone has a safe week, an enjoyable week. And I pray that you show up in their life in some small way or form that they will truly appreciate. God, I want to thank you for Tabbie. I want to thank you for Don. I want to thank you for all of our past. Sometimes our past isn't as pretty as we would like, but we thank you so much for giving us a day to wake up and to be grateful, to wake up and see another day, to see our loved ones and to see our friends and to just be in a blissful time in your presence. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Ooh.
Amen. Well said. Well said.
Thank you.
I needed that.
Yeah. Naya always has really good prayers. I swear.
Thank you. I try to tap in, I try to tap in.
I needed that tap in here tonight because that's something that I can reflect on for overnight and into tomorrow morning, so I can have that good mindset for that. So that's a good little reflection right there and good reminders.
Absolutely. Of course. And Tabbie, can you tell our audience your Instagram or any social media handles that people can find you and connect with you?
Yeah, so I have my Instagram. It's underscore, or she's an old soul _7.
And I'll make sure I'll put that up so people can see and follow you and connect with you. And once again, Tabbie, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to the tears I cried. Thank you so much for being here, sharing your story. It was so true and dear to me. And I'm just so happy we can connect back, talk again. And I'm going to see you again soon, girl, sooner than later. Most definitely, we need to reconnect, plan a trip. It don't have to be out the country. I'll come back to SAC and we just link up and have a good time.
Oh, no, I want to get out. I'm trying to.
Oh, you want to get out of SAC? Okay, say less. We can plan an Airbnb out here or something. We can have a good girls' night. I can really use that.
Yes.
So, yeah, for sure. We can do that.
Yes. And y'all have to show me around Sacramento because I've never been. So since both of y'all, be there.
Yeah. That'll be fun. That will be fun. We'll
girl, I'm all the way in Tennessee. I live in Nashville. I'm on the other side of the country.
So jealous.
Nashville's nice,
Girl,
isn't
don't
it?
get
It's
your.
a good time out there in Tennessee.
It is nice. It's nice.
Is
Mhm.
it cold?
Girl, I might hear some
Yes.
gunshots later. I don't
It's
know.
cold in a motherfucker in Tennessee.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah, it's cold. Yeah, it's cold. It's cold right now. I mean, it's like 69 right now. It's not too bad, but it's rainy. It's kind of weird that it's kind of warm in November, but we
You
don't
say
start getting real
69?
cold till like December. Mm-hmm.
It's
Yep.
Right.
it's 35 here in Sac.
Damn.
I
Ooh.
that's a 69. That's warm out here.
That's insane in Sacramento. What the fuck going on out there? But hold that thought,
Like,
y'all.
look,
Freeze
it's
warning.
65. It's
Damn.
65 right now.
She said 35. Okay, but wait, before we go into weather, y'all, if you guys are watching us, tune in and follow us at Black Wave.
Oh,
Connect
right.
back with us on IG and TikTok at Black Podcast _. If you want to be a guest like our friend Miss Tabbie, feel free to email us at blackgroup8@gmail.com so you can be a guest just like Tabbie was. And with that being said, you guys have a great day. Thank you again for watching in. Comment below how you felt about this episode.
Yes.
Let us know what resilient means to you, and if you have any examples of that you went through, experiences that you can share with us, we would love to
Yes.
hear that. And with that
Yes.
being said, y'all have a blissful night. Take care.
Have a blessed night.
Yes.
Thank you.